Yo, what's up guys, we're back with another video, our first cut commentary on Modern Warfare Remastered. Now in this video we're going to be talking about should Modern Warfare Remastered be patched. And by patched I mean should guns be nerfed, should perks be nerfed, should guns be buffed. So we're going to be going over all of that in this video. One of the things people think is that some guns should be nerfed. Some guns like the M16 are considered a little overpowered because it's a one burst kill. You know, other guns such as like the AK-47, some people are saying those guns need to be buffed instead of nerfed because they're a little weaker on the weaker side. Some people are saying the M4, it has issues, you know, getting collats, and it has issues dealing out damage. So these are one of the issues people are talking about, is the guns not being good enough and some being too good. Now I can see why people would think this is a bad thing, but keep in mind this is how the original Modern Warfare was. It did have an overpowered and insanely overpowered M16, and it was one burst kill. You can go back on Modern Warfare right now and you can see it. So I think that this is kind of irrelevant because we got Modern Warfare Remastered to play the old game. We got it to play the old game. We didn't want a new style game. We wanted it the way it was. And people were asking for it. People were saying, Raven, make sure you make the game exactly the way it was, because that's how we like it. So now that the game's out, people are starting to complain about it. I think it should stay the same. I think the gun should stay the same. I personally do not use the M16, but I don't see it as that big of an issue. There are some things you could do to counter it. And the next thing up we're going to be talking about is perks. Now, you know, we're talking about perks in Modern Warfare. The first things you're going to think of is Juggernog and Stopping Power. Well, it's pretty understandable where people are coming from, especially Juggernog. Juggernog is very annoying, as well as Stopping Power. Basically, those two perks are in the perk 2 slot, and no other perks are relevant. Like, in your class, you're either using Stopping Power, if you're using a strong gun like a sniper rifle or an M16, or you're using Juggernog if you're a running gunner with an AK or, you know, something like that. You know, you're running around with the MP5, something like that, something weak, you're going to want Juggernog instead. I understand where people are coming from when they say that these perks are a little overpowered, because I agree. You know, Juggernog especially, it doubles your health. Say like you have an AK and somebody you're going up against has an MP5. If you have Juggernog and you have the AK, you're going to win the gunfight guaranteed every time, because you can absorb so much damage with Juggernog, and the MP5 isn't a strong gun. So it's definitely an issue of health, especially when people are, you know, taking millions and millions of bullets and just being general bullet sponges, and they're living through it. The next perk is Stopping Power. If you don't know what Stopping Power does, it's the opposite of Juggernog. Instead of being able to take in more damage, it lets you give out more damage. It makes your bullets do more damage. I don't think it affects explosives, but I know it affects guns pretty heavily. It basically doubles your weapon, your damage. And this is, like I said, this is an issue with the M16. M16, super strong gun. It's already like a 3-4 bullet kill, and then you put Stopping Power on it and you can kill somebody in like 2 or maybe even 1 bullet. So I can see where people are coming from. Me personally, I don't think they should be patched, because it just seems a little, you know, it seems a little ridiculous, because it was in the original Modern Warfare. The point still stands, as well as Juggernog and Stopping Power, they reverse each other. If somebody has Juggernog and then the person they're fighting up against has Stopping Power, it's an even fight, because it's the same exact damage to health ratio between each other. So it works out pretty fine. You know, I can understand where people who don't use Juggernog, you know, out of the kindness of their heart, because it is pretty annoying. But the people who don't use Juggernog, I can see how people with Stopping Power can be annoying, because of course, you know, you're going to get gunned super fast with somebody with a strong gun who has Stopping Power on. So I can definitely understand where the issue is, but I think it should stay true to the original game, true to the source material. We all like things to stay true to the source material, movies, everything. So I think that this remaster should stay exactly where it is. I think there's no patch should be needed. The only patch that should be coming out for this game is the patch in December that adds the 6 new maps, and of course, even though Raven isn't admitting yet, they're gonna add Christmas Crash, because they basically confirmed it by now. But we need the map packs to come out, nothing else. I think there are some minor issues that need to be fixed. because they weren't present in the original COD 4 and just are in this game. For example, the hitbox, it isn't as good as COD 4. It's not bad, but it isn't as good as COD 4. It's definitely like a little less on the person. It is a little rough sometimes when you're almost positive you hit somebody and you end up not even getting a hit marker. Another thing is the sniper rifles. People have having some crazy issue with snipers. People are saying it's impossible to get collats. Like, they've lined up in private match with stopping power and have gone for a headshot collat and they haven't gotten it. I think that's really ridiculous. Collats were super easy in the original COD 4 because, especially with the M4, the sniper rifle, the main sniper rifle, because it is a strong gun. It's supposed to be like a 1 or 2 shot kill, and people not getting collats with it is a huge deal. So in my opinion, I think all the things that were in the original COD 4, such as Martyrdom, Juggernog, and stopping power, and the M16 damage, they all should stay in the game because that is how the game was. That's what we got. That's what we asked for. We actually asked for a game that's exactly like the original. Now people are mad about it, but I just think it should stay the way it is, and that's all I gotta say. I'll see you on the next video. The cut commentary tomorrow, dropping edited videos all week, and then going back to the regularly scheduled live stream schedule the week after that. But I'll see you on the next one.